So you've got your script, you've got your main actors, and you shot your important first scene where the two meet. You're happy with the performances, and now it's time to edit. But when do you cut from this angle to this angle? When do you cut back to this close-up? Let's see what training day can teach us about film editing. Think of this scene as less of a conversation and more of a duel of wits between the two characters. Pretend it's a fight game. A good dialogue scene should tell you all you need to know about the characters and their dynamic, even if you have the sound off. Training Day's coffee shop scene is a masterclass in film editing. Rookie Officer Jake, played by Ethan Hawke, is trying to make detective. He's finally leveled up and is now meeting his new boss, Alfonzo, played by the great Denzel Washington, and this is the one day he has to prove his worth. He's obviously nervous. So let's see how many points he can win or lose in his first interaction with the badass cop he's trying to impress.
Round 1.
Jake arrives at the coffee shop. Close-up of Alfonso telling him to get some food. At this point, Jake has equal points, so we have a similar shot of Jake saying he's not hungry. And notice how they both take equal amounts of space within the frame. Alfonso quickly dismisses him. We cut to this angle of Jake looking around a half-empty coffee shop because he now feels alone and intimidated.
Round 2.
Jake tries again to befriend him by making small talk. We cut immediately to an extreme close-up shot of Alfonso because we are interested in his reaction, and now he takes up way more space within the frame than Jake. Alfonso dismisses him quickly, and now the fight is on. We now have a shot of both of them facing each other. This is to establish that they are in a duel.
Round 3.
Now we cut to this shot of Jake. Look at Alfonso taking up way more space in the frame and making Jake feel trapped. So not only is he shown bigger in his own shots, but he's also taking up more and more of Jake's space. We cut to the same shot of Alfonso because he still has full health left at the beginning of the round. Jake is still in the enclosed space and he tries small talk once again. We're back to the extreme close-up of Alfonso because we are, once again, very interested in his reaction, and he's once again being the guy with the bigger dick in the room. He laughs as Jake is back to his normal close-up because he has won some points back. Alfonso asks for a story, but we don't know what his intentions are, so we're tight on this close-up to find out what his thoughts are and still establish him as the dominant player. It seems like he's engaged in the conversation. We're back to his normal close-up as the two are close to being on equal footing again.
Round 4.
Alfonso is still condescending. So now we have a tighter close-up on Jake to see his reaction to this. And it seems like he's taking up more space on screen for once. But notice how this is a high angle with the camera pointed down towards Jake to make him seem small. So he's taking up more space, but he's still smaller than Alfonso. Then another duel shot, as Alfonso is mocking him and being confrontational about it. Jake is getting points back, so the duel is back on. Jake mentions he had a female training officer, and now he has Alfonso's full attention. Jake earns some points and he gets some close-up privileges. But it's still the high-angle shot of him being smaller than Alfonso because Alfonso is still intimidating him with personal questions about his training officer. Duel shot again. The battle is still happening as Jake is telling this story, which is supposed to impress Alfonso, as they're both on somewhat equal footing.
Final round.
This is the final round. Here we find out if Jake manages to impress Alfonso or if he'll get dunked on. Alfonso makes an alpha move. He takes up even more space in Jake's frame because Jake is gaining more points with his seemingly engaging story. So he man-spreads in front of him to assert dominance. Notice how Jake only has the suffocating close-up while Alfonso takes up most of the screen in his extreme close-ups. The story ends and Alfonso mocks him. Verdict: Jake has failed to impress Alfonso. He gets ridiculed for his boring story of a drunk stop, gets emasculated for not banging his training officer, and now Alfonso makes him get the check too.
Pay the bill.
Alfonso confidently walks to his car, stopping traffic, while Jake is reluctantly following him. The dialogue duel set up the rest of the movie, and the dynamic of the two characters. This is how you cut a dialogue scene. Follow what each character wants to get from the interaction, figure out if they end up getting it or not, and then shoot and edit it accordingly. If you like these types of videos, subscribe to our channel for more. Don't be lazy.